Okay, here's the mysterious Mare-do-well, and in this episode, Rainbow Dash, right after she gets her own fan club, starts performing generic hero feats around the town, saving little girls from wells, catching babies that are about to go over a cliff or something, in their baby stroller. So, um, yeah, and then at first she doesn't expect everybody to do what they do, which is just start like worshipping her. The swooning fans and stuff like that. She starts to become a town hero, and then very quickly though she starts to get into it and just really start showboating and promoting herself. And I mean, it starts to go to her head. Is the thing essentially? She gets on her I can't believe I'm going to say this. She gets on her high horse, and yeah, just starts really celebrating, enjoying it all a little too much. So, okay, then a new hero though arrives in town. This pony in a purple costume called the mysterious Mare-do-well, or that's what the town dubs her because she never speaks, and she starts saving the day. Instead of Rainbow, they actually both show up at the same disaster a few times, and Mare-do-well always does more to save it than Rainbow does. It always steals the show, essentially. So Rainbow Dash starts getting jealous, and she tries to one-up her, but she keeps getting the same results. And yeah, because Mare-do-well can do it all. She's faster, stronger. She can fly, and she's magical. So she's either the princess, or she's what everybody probably figured out before this episode ended. So, okay. And yeah, then I get towards the end during a thank you ceremony for Mare-do-well, Rainbow Dash tries to unmask her to see if she can, I guess, destroy, well, take her down a peg, whatever the reason was, but, to end her one way or another, I guess, end her string of heroic deeds. So, okay, but then after a chase around the town, she catches her, and, it turns out to be Pinkie Pie when she pulls the mask off, and then all of her other friends come out too in Mare-do-well costumes and reveal that they've been all doing this the whole time to, one, demonstrate to Rainbow Dash that, what a real hero should be like, and two, to sort of get the idea out of her head that she can't be beat, that she's immortal or whatever. So yeah, to take Rainbow down a peg. And so yeah, Rainbow Dash here takes it in, decides that they are right. She apologizes, she humbles herself again, and I guess writes a letter to the princess, and the friends too. They say that it's like, no, it's not that we don't want you to be a hero. So presumably they're gonna let Rainbow Dash go back to having the spotlight after this, but yeah, as a better hero. So okay, and that's our resolution. And I got a few forewarnings on this one. Apparently, this is one of the most downvoted of the series, and I'm not sure. I think basically what they said the reason is that it seems a little bit mean. Like Rainbow Dash is Rainbow Dash. Essentially, like she's bragging a little too much. It's harder to feel for her in this episode, and then the friends too are putting her down so much. So if I'm to be mean spirited, and can't believe that I'm swinging to this position now, where yeah, I don't really agree. I actually like this episode a lot. But I don't think it's quite one of the great ones. Like I said, not as good as the last one or the season opener. I don't think it's one of the really good ones, but it's still pretty good. I thought, because I think that I think that actually, from what we've seen from Rainbow Dash, this is right in character, and this is a very good exploration of her character. That still, it didn't make me dislike her. I thought it highlighted actually a lot of what's likable about her, and it was because at first it's actually when we start seeing her perform these deeds, she doesn't expect any praise. She's just doing it to save the day, and everybody's crowding around, but cheering. She's like, "Well, what's this? Thanks. I really didn't think I was doing anything special, and I mean it makes her blush a few times, which is kind of a cute image. But yeah, then I mean she starts to get more into it, and we actually see the moment where it goes to her head. It's like she's just saved. I think it was a bunch of old ponies on a balcony that collapse, and so yeah, we actually see like now she has an entire crowd surrounding her, saying all of this at once. That like they'd be lost without her. She is, and I mean you actually just zoom in on her eyes, and it's like her expression just changes a little bit. Like I mean, well, I don't know, very strong image, just where you see this go to her head, and I mean it's like, yeah, you can see very okay, it's entered into her head now. I am something special. Uh, this is great, and I'm great, and yeah, and then she starts showboating with like dancing in the air, showboat dancing in the air and stuff, which was that was kind of cute too, actually. Just like I mean, it's like I said before, I still like Rainbow Dash. She is self-promoting, but I mean, she doesn't really. She's not trying to put anyone down from it. I mean, she's just having fun, and I mean, it almost is kind of a fun sequence, her showing off, and I mean, and you realize too that okay, she's getting carried away. I mean, this is very egocentric, very cocky and stuff. So I mean, yeah, it's too much, but I mean, it's like she's not. I mean, she's not someone that's like so well, except when she I mean, she talks to her friends a few times, and it's like she thinks she's doing them a favor, letting them hang out with her and share in the glory. But I mean, it comes across that she's sort of unwittingly putting them down. So it's like, okay, she does need to learn a lesson, but it's like she's not really hurting anybody. I mean, so I don't really think there's any reason to dislike her for that. I think it's just um, it's understandable essentially. I mean, it all works, and I mean, it seems like I've been, I said that a lot in the last episode too. I mean, that I seem to see things her way, I guess. So, and well, yeah, maybe. I mean, I think that at this point, Rainbow Dash probably is my favorite character of the lineup. I think she's a lot of fun. I think she's very entertaining, and I mean, I think that this is one of those characters too, where it is. I mean, you do really feel for her when she learns her lessons. It really is satisfying development because I mean, you understand where she's coming from, why she's not there at the beginning, and you understand why she gets there, and it demonstrates the goodness in her. So I think that's a successful attempt. I think that, in fact, I think that they could have it's very easy to go the wrong way with this kind of character because a lot of times when a female character is good at something and able to show off and brag and get the best of somebody else, usually in this world where, I mean, I guess everybody assumes that there aren't enough examples of women being awesome or girls being awesome, that, yeah, that's just a great thing. Like, no, she doesn't have to apologize for bragging. That just makes the fact that she brags and showboats, that just makes her more awesome. But it's like, no, in this show, with Rainbow Dash, it's not supposed to be a good thing. She gets the reaction that someone really would get, like it rubs them the wrong way, but they make sure they take that notion that, yeah, it's not a good thing to brag and showboat like that, and they sort of apply it to a character who, for other reasons, for genuine reasons, is not bad, is actually, in a lot of ways, very admirable and very likable, just needs to learn this lesson. So, okay, like I said, well, that probably confirms it right there that, yeah, Rainbow Dash is probably my favorite of the six for now. So, okay, and, yeah, too, that's her when she's bragging and stuff, and when Ne'er-do-Well starts to get the best of her, that's where I think this episode does sort of lose its potential to be great. I mean, it just, like I said before, I don't really like the rival that can do anything better than you plots, like, we saw that with Trixie a little bit. We see it here, but I think I do like this episode better than Trixie's actually. But yeah, even so, it is sort of beating down Rainbow Dash, just like, of course she can't get the best of Ne'er-do-Well for various reasons. But actually, that's a lot less annoying here because there's an explanation for it. She's not dealing with just one talented rival who seems tailor-made to beat her. She's dealing with, 5 different, well, Rarity, I think they said, never actually put on the costume, but yeah, 5 different talents all applied where they best fit. So, I mean, of course Rainbow Dash can't keep up with that. That is tailor-made to beat her. It's not the writers, just using plot convenience. There's an explanation for it. So, okay, I mean, it's, even though the beatdown on Rainbow Dash, it does drag a little bit, and then she, of course, is still trying to be cocky and stuff. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a drag, but I mean, I think unless the writers could have come up with something better, and maybe they could have tried harder, but still, it's a necessary drag to get from A to B, so, and it's not long. It doesn't wear down. In fact, when Rainbow Dash starts trying to up her game any way she can think of, helping Granny Smith cross the street when she didn't want to, cutting grass, opening peanut butter jars, whatever, that they fit in some laughs there too. That's just a lot of fun. And 2, when Rainbow Dash finally throws in the towel, where they start to sort of develop her character, I think that, that's where this episode, I think, is maybe even better than a few of the ones that were good, but were just only sort of fun episodes that, I mean, it still doesn't quite push this one to being a really good episode, one of the best, but it does explore some themes, which I think is the difference between the ones that were just fun, standard episodes. Because I think modesty is actually an underrated quality, and even though Rainbow Dash is not being very modest through most of it, and in fact the gang too, I think somebody said, "Oh, I'm mad at the gang too because they show off and they brag about what they can do," which I think was more just to make sure Rainbow Dash got the idea. But I think modesty is explored very well here because, obviously we love to think that, I mean, just, okay, being at the top of the game, being able to brag to everybody is something great, and Rainbow Dash does to it first, obviously, but what they start to say, well, Rainbow Dash is like, all right, well, now I'm all alone, and I don't think I'm any less awesome. Of course I am still awesome, but, yeah, I hate being all alone. And why did things work out this way? That's, okay, because real, like, satisfying, fulfilling relationships, they can't be formed on just showing off, bragging. That's very fleeting, actually. That's not really a real relationship. There always is someone better, and I mean, you can't just, like, be in the spotlight like that forever. So, I mean, that's, I think, some actually very smart exploration. And 2, we get sort of the payoff to that when she is confronted by her friends at the end. And, if they were just sort of giving her a gut check, like, you needed to learn, you were, have committed a sin that you either own up to or we're done. It's like, no, it's just that I probably would have, said was dumb. I mean, because, episodes have done that in different shows, so I probably would have rolled my eyes at that, agreed a little more with the criticism, but no, it's just, so, like, the way they talk, it's just sort of a friendly reality check from them, and even as they're sort of talking back and forth, and they're moralizing her, they're not praising her, but even then, there's sort of a genuine connection there. The sense of fulfillment there is stronger than it was from just the fleeting showboating moments. And I mean, I think that's a very satisfying resolution, actually. And I mean, as for the notion that the friends were being mean to Rainbow Dash, like I said, they just wanted to give her a friendly reality check, and they end up benefiting her for the reasons they intended to. But yeah, they didn't intend to steal the spotlight from her forever, drive her into shame. They wanted to give her a reality check, and now they're gonna let her go back to being the hero. So yeah, no objections here. I think that was well played by them, and I think that it just amounts to, I guess, a good moral, a good character progression for Rainbow Dash, and I think, and it was part of a very fun episode too, because I did Rainbow Dash. Like, I mean, obviously I don't know if I'm gonna pick her as her favorite, but I think that she has sort of a charisma to her that just, yeah, the showboating, the having fun with it and stuff, and just, like, not realizing how when she comes across a little silly, and just because she's very genuine most of the time. So yeah, I think it's just she's brings a sense of fun to it too, just sort of an energy. Like, while she might not always be the most noble of the main characters, she is sort of to me, she's one of the most fun to watch. So I just, think that, yeah, enjoyable episode. I appreciated it. So, in spite of, and yeah, I'm defending the show from its own fans now. How about that? But okay, so the next one is the one that actually made me worry that the show might not be worth reviewing with a sweet and delete. So, what do I think? I'll see you there. We'll find out.